So, I seen Captain America Brave New World. And what I can say is that it was a decent movie. It was decent. Was it the best thing from the MCU? No. Was it the best thing in Marvel since what? Deadpool Wolverine? No. Was it better than Venom? Yes. Way better than Venom. But was it like a real wow? Oh my gosh, the MCU is back. No, but it was decent. Let's keep that in mind. Movie was decent. With that being said, we got Falcon, who's now Captain America. As if you've seen from other things that, Falcon the Winter Soldier, or the end of Endgame, he was given the shield and stuff. At the end of Endgame, he was given the shield, and Falcon and Winter Soldier happened, and now we have Captain America: Brave New World. Um, let's give the rating that I would give it off back. Back from watching it, I would give the movie. I would give it like a 3.738 out of 5. 3.73 out of 5. I'll give it maybe a C plus. C plus. I don't really think it gets to B personally, because some little stuff. So moving forward, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. If you're an MCU fan, I don't think this will completely disappoint you. It will be kind of disappointed, maybe a little, but it's not going to completely disappoint you. So if you haven't seen it, go see it. Come back, look at the rest of the review. All right, let's get into it. I'm happy to see the Red Hulk is back, but it was a couple missteps. But I don't even want to start there. I want to start at the difference between Sam and Steve. We all know Sam does not have the serum. Steve does. And I love the way that they showed the difference between the two. Yeah, Sam is a human and Steve was super soldier, but Sam was still handling his own in the movie. And I think they did very well with showing that. Like at one moment, when Isaiah Bradley ends up shooting at the president, the Red Hulk, he Isaiah runs out of the White House and jumps out of the window and lands on the ground. So, Falcon running right behind him. He don't jump out the window. He goes down the steps and then runs after Isaiah. And I like that they showed that even when in the very beginning, Cap is on a mission. When he gets to the place, he's fighting different people and everything. And then he gets to this one fight, and it's a real big guy. And, Sam is kind of, a little small frame. Not little small frame, but he's way smaller than this dude that he's fighting. And it really shows you that this man is taking a beating. Like, he's getting beat down. Like, the dude even said, "Oh, I heard something break. Do you need a second or something like that?" And then Cap like, "Nah, I got stuff to do." So they ended up, finishing the fight. Cap won. The acrobatics that Sam is doing. At one, I think it's a scene where they're in Mr. Blue, the leader. If you don't know, from Incredible Hulk. Great movie as well. If you haven't seen that, check that out. That's probably my favorite. To me, it's only been like 2 Hulk movies. And that one is my favorite. So, so they're in Mr. Blue's lair, or his prison cell, so to speak, because Thunderbolt Ross, General Ross, from... All right, hold up. The connections. So, If you want to know everything about this movie, who is who, what's going on, why is this person talking like this, who is Betty? If you want to know those things, they do a good job in the beginning, and they tell you, they give you a little synopsis of what's happening, what has happened, and just giving you a really general thing of what's going on, so you're not completely blind while you're watching the movie. But if you want to know everything before going into the movie, like everything, you need to watch Incredible Hulk from 2008, then Captain America Winter Soldier, then no, Captain America Winter Soldier? Yeah. Captain America Winter Soldier, then Captain America Civil War. Then after that, you can kind of jump to Infinity War, Endgame, then Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then you can watch this movie knowing everything, all the cameos. You won't be confused at all. That's how much you got to watch to really, really understand this movie. And I kind of like that. It's the connections. That's a big thing about a MCU. The connections weren't connecting these past few movies, and then with this being the second to last one in this phase, I think Thunderbolts is next, and then Fantastic Four starts phase 6. We need to start seeing stuff connect, and they definitely did deliver on that point, connecting things. However, Sam is in Mr. Blue's prison cell lair, because the reason I call it prison cell, because Ross locked up Mr. Blue so that way he can become president, because the gamma had got in Mr. Blue's head. If you've seen Incredible Hulk, it got in his head, and then he becomes like this really smart, intellectual guy that he can really figure anything out. And he basically figured out the different pieces to make Ross president, but Ross was supposed to let him go. He didn't end up letting him go. However, Falcon because Joaquin Phoenix, I believe is his name, is now Falcon. And then you got Sam as Cap. So Cap and Falcon are in the lair, and they had to end up fighting because Mr. Blue, the leader, had ended up brainwashing people with the lights, and he plays music, and then they'll do whatever he says and everything. It was just, they kind of did a little slow-mo in there. This little slow-mo moment. Now, mind you, it's kind of tight in there. From what you can see, it's kind of tight. That little slow-mo moment kind of threw me off. I'm like, man, ain't no way they done did that in there. I wouldn't even believe it if it was Captain America. That was a little too acrobatic right there. But overall, I did enjoy the fights that Cap had. They really showed that he is a human and that he does have limitations. But when he has his suit and he uses his surroundings, like, they're really making him into his own. And I really do love that they deliver on that portion of the movie. So we get a name drop of a very precious metal, adamantium. If you don't know what adamantium is, that's what Wolverine's had got injected into Wolverine to give him the sharp claws and everything. So the adamantium, that was cool. I'm glad they brought that in. I'm glad they said something about this big celestial coming out of the water. A lot of people have not been talking about that, and it just didn't make sense that this big thing is in the water and you're not going to talk about it. Weird. So, I do like that. A thing that kind of irritated me was like the last fight between Cap and the Red Hulk. If you've seen Naruto, a lot of people say talk no jutsu. And if you know what that means, put it down below. But so their fight in the beginning was cool. And the way that that Thunderbolt becomes the Red Hulk is, I kind of like that too. I really don't remember from the comics how he became the Red Hulk, but I did like this way of how they did it. Because, yes, the leader did get the gamma radiation in his head from the Incredible Hulk movie, but Thunderbolt Ross enhanced him even further when he was in his prison cell and everything. So the leader, Mr. Blue, makes these little pill things that he's giving to Ross, saying, you know, that these are going to cure you, because Ross thinks he's about to die, I think something with his heart or everything. So he's been taking these pills for years on years. And the pills were filled with gamma radiation. And that in him, you know, was making him more angrier and stuff like that. And then he becomes the Red Hulk. I kind of liked it. I don't really remember how it was in the comics, but I wasn't too upset with that. Now, when I figure out how he did, maybe I will. But for movie purposes, I'm fine. But that last fight with Falcon and Red Hulk, it should have ended differently. So they had a little back and forth, and then Falcon, his wings have the vibranium in them, so it's absorbing the different, you know, hits and the energy coming from somebody else, so that way he can put it back out. So it's fully absorbed. Red Hulk rips one of them off, throws it, and then he ends up getting pushed back. So Sam ends up hitting him with his wing, with all the kinetic energy that it's gather up, and it's a big, you know, it's like a huge bomb, like boom. So both of them get knocked back. Sam go this way, Red Hulk go that way, and Sam wakes up first. You know, everybody's around him, the paramedics, police, fire department, blah, blah, blah. Everybody's out there. And then the Red Hulk gets up as the Red Hulk. It's not Ross. He's still the Red Hulk at this point. He's getting up, about to come and fight everybody who's around. And then Sam starts talking like, you know, Betty wouldn't like this. Betty wouldn't like, you know, you doing this. You don't really want to do this. You know, it's okay. It's gonna get better. Blah, blah, blah. And he ends up powering down and becoming himself again. Really? What they should have done is, so I do know this, Red Hulk, the angrier he gets, the hotter he gets. And they should have been showing him getting, now they did show stuff like come off him, like it was burning or whatnot. But the angrier he gets, you know, the hotter he gets, so he's going to overheat. And so being that this is his first time changing into the Red Hulk, it would have been cool to see him overheat. And like he's getting so hot to the point where he can't control himself. Then Sam hits him with the wing. Boom, they both get thrown back still. Red Hulk ends up becoming Thunderbolt Ross. Like he powers down. He got powered down because he got knocked out. Let's say Sam comes to first. Sam gets up. People are around him. Blah, blah, blah. They move the rubble from off the top of Ross. And this, that, and the third. And you can see him on the gurney. And he's getting taken to the raft. Then they could have took Sam to go see Isaiah. Get him out of jail. Because he had went to jail because he shot at the president. But then, you know, he was being mind controlled and stuff. They could have took Sam to Isaiah. Boom. He see Isaiah. He probably could have. And then, no. Yeah. He could have got Isaiah. Then we could have went to, well, it don't really matter. They could have either went to Joaquin or they could have went to the raft. But that whole conversation that they had for him to power down, that conversation could have happened in the raft. And then his daughter could have came up and blah, blah, blah. And then we could have went and seen Joaquin as the Falcon. But that's how I would have did it. I'm really nitpicky about that. All that talking, bringing people, bro, fight it out and talk later. Talk when he behind bars or whatever. But I digress. What was that other part? So there's one end credit scene, and it's at the very end. Very, very end. So stay, because guess what? It's at the very end. So if, like I said, if you ain't seen the movie, go see the movie and then come back. But so the leader, you see the leader, he's at the raft too, and he's talking to Sam, and he's telling him, "Hey, you're not gonna like it. I've done the probabilities. I've done the calculations. There's other people coming, and you're not gonna be prepared for them. What are you gonna do about them when they get here?" And I'm assuming he said something. He said something like other universes. So I said, okay, I'm liking the connections, the name drops, the just moving the MCU forward. So I don't think this was a bad movie. I really don't. I think it was it good? I'm not gonna give it good. I'm gonna say it was decent. It was a solid, decent movie. And like I said before, I give it 3 out of 8. They could have done better with the Serpent Society, but maybe they're gonna hold that off to something else. Because I did look at a video about them, and who they are, what they do, and they're kind of like stronger, way stronger than I think I forget the guy name, like Esposito, something like that. But he's in a lot of stuff. But I mean, I still like his part a little bit, but I could wish more from the Serpent Society and everything. However, maybe they saving them for a later movie. Let me know what y'all thought about it. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Have you seen it yet? Are you gonna wait for it to come on Disney Plus? Let me know. But that's the end of the review. We give it a 3.7, 3.8. Give it a C plus C minus. Not C minus. It's regular C. So I'm kind of sitting at a C right now. But let me know what y'all give it, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace. One more thing. So I was just, doing some stuff around the house, and I saw a review about the movie, about somebody else reacting to it. And one thing I did leave out was the aerial fight scenes that were in this movie, because it's a part where the American soldiers had got brainwashed by the leader, and Sam and Falcon are trying to stop them from shooting at the Japanese fleet. I would say I really enjoyed that. That was a good part. You don't really see Captain America fly around, so yeah, that's y'all end credit scene. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.